Hello everybody, I am Duke James. Thank you for joining me for the continuation of my Russia campaign in EU4 Meiou and Taxes. So I think I mentioned getting a regional capital. I don't think I'm going to do that. What I decided in between parts is I'm going to build up these provinces, Tver and Mozhaysk, and Moscow, my capital. I'm going to try to get their urban industry up. Try to get a better center of production in Moscow. So I'm building a local university in Tver for the urban gravity modifier, and then a commune hall in Mozhaysk for the urban gravity as well. There's already a workshop here, so it's a good province to build in. Was there another province that I thought about building in? I don't think so. I'm going to build a corporation guild in Moscow as well. I think it's better for me to build in Moscow and really build this up a little bit more rather than build a regional capital. Those will come soon. I just think if I make more money, if I do this now, I'll make more money over the long term, so more money than building a regional capital. So let's build that, and then in between parts also the Teutonic Order attacked Poland. That actually just happened like 5 days ago, which is why I started this part, and they're fighting Poland, Lithuania, Halak, Sweden, and Denmark. And they have 6,000 troops, and I'm pretty sure everybody else is disloyal. Yeah, so they're kind of suicidal. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on this, because if Sweden sends their troops down here, then I think the Teutonic Order is kind of screwed. Poland has better tech than them. They should have a lot more troops. Granted, Lithuania is disloyal. Halak is disloyal to Lithuania. And Denmark is disloyal to Sweden, so everybody's disloyal. Everybody under the Teutonic Order is disloyal to them. Everybody under Poland is disloyal. He's disloyal to him, and he's disloyal to him, and Denmark's disloyal to Sweden. It's just a war of disloyalty. So maybe Teutonic Order will be able to fend off Poland, but then they're fighting Poland and Sweden, so the combined Polish and Swedes might prove too much. Then again, Sweden might not be able to walk down there because I'm not going to give them access. So if it's just the Teutonic Order against Poland straight up, they might stand a chance. I can't do anything now because the truce. It says I have a truce until wait, no, I shouldn't have a truce. They didn't call me in. The Teutonic Order did not call me in, which I find interesting. But if I try to give them condottieri, it says I have a truce with the nation that they're fighting, which is Poland, but then it doesn't show up as having a truce, so maybe it's one of those things where like I just have to wait a month and then it'll happen. Other than that, I got some rebellions. The closest one is 4 years. So I'm going to keep my troops down. And then I'll probably, when I'm able to, rent condottieri to the Teutonic Order, because I do not want them to lose. If they lose a war against Poland, they will become their vassal, which isn't that bad by itself because the Teutonic Order is going to be disloyal. I mean, if Lithuania is disloyal, then there's absolutely no way the Teutonic Order is not going to be disloyal, especially with Lithuania and the Teutonic Order both being vassals of Poland. So it's not that bad in terms of that, but they wouldn't be my ally anymore, and to fight them in the future, I'd have to go through Poland. So I don't want it to happen. So I'll keep an eye on that. Aside from that, I think it's a good time to kind of look at my country, go over everything, see where we've been, where we're going. So my guy is Ivan the Fourth, 46. He's alright. He's 9 total monarch power, 144. Heirs Ivan, the heirs Ivan as well, 262. He's a little bit better. My current ruler's fertile, well connected, and elusive shadow. So if he had negative, whatever these are, traits, I would probably dump him, but he's actually fine. It's just 1 monarch point, so I'll leave it for now. Modifiers. Culture level 1. We're an empire title rank. Education level is 3. I think I'm getting that up. I'm also getting my court level up to 3. It's 2 right now. See, my revenue is 48 ducats, and I make 20 ducats a month. My force limit's 19, so I could build up to it. I'm going to stick with 15 now, just for those extra ducats. Trade. I'd like to get to Western Siberia. It's so far away, though. It's current range 668 units away. I'm not sure what the units are. It's 668, and my max range is 200. So I'm about less than a third of the way there. Otherwise, I'd make like 2 ducats if I send somebody there. That's actually only a little bit more than Ruthenia, which is my lowest one. So I'd have to either get another merchant, or I would just make an extra 0.2 ducats. So I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. Before, I was making like 0.6 in Ruthenia because I hadn't really expanded in there, so that would have been a better benefit 30 years ago. Tech. Admin Tech 12, which is really bad. Diplotech 14, Miltech 17. I'm going to get a whole bunch of admin tech levels once I get Renaissance, which should come here soon. It's at 63% in Moscow. It's like not expanding anywhere except France and Italy, and then it's in Moscow, which I think is funny. It should come by 1484. So 7 years. So I'm probably going to save up ducats to embrace the Renaissance. Once it comes in Moscow, I should be able to embrace it, because that Moscow is 29.75 development, and my total development after local autonomy is factored in is 244, so that's more than 10%. So I should be good on that regard. I just need the money to embrace it. That'll give me construction cost minus 5%, which is really low. It's almost negligible on additional advisor. Main thing is it reduces that plus 25% tech penalty. I'm so far behind in admin tech, I should get a good neighbor bonus to help reduce it even more. My ideas, filled out quantity ideas, got a couple into culture. Let's see, my Diplotech is not that bad, so I might want to fill out to this and get cheaper tech costs. Am I increasing my education level? Or is that education wizard? Yes, I am. So, okay. I think what I'll do then is once I become education level 4, that'll remove this education level 3 substandard negative modifier, plus 5%. And then I should do this one, this mission, for an additional negative 5% idea cost. What is this one? Gain 10 army tradition. That's new. And then I'll do these 3 culture ideas, and then that'll help with idea cost and tech cost as well. Further reducing those. Let's see, when am I going to get that by? Because hopefully it's before 84 when I get Renaissance. I think it needs to be 30%, so that's what, 7? Yeah, it's 7 years. So that would give me to about 29%. So I should probably give them some gold. And increase the funding. I'll increase it by 10. That's like 0.8 ducats a year. That's fine. I really want that, so the cost is worth it. The court, while I'm here, is going to take 5 years, 6 years. 5 to 6 years. Let's just give them additional 50 ducats, because I want that court as well. Because with that court level, I'll get an extra relation slot, I can ally the Kazakh horde, and then I can vassalize the Kazakh horde. And then I can give all this territory to the Kazakh horde. Them, the Golden Horde, and then like Mogulstan, Khiva, Transoxiana. And then I'll slowly just eat my way east by taking the Kazakh horde territory. Their capital is up here, so that's perfect. I'll just take all this stuff out from underneath them, like I'm doing with Mishar and Kiev. And then once I get these 3 Kievan provinces, then I'll release Kiev and then eat them. Yeah, because I think this is it's gonna be a lot of dip. So for the cost of 25 prestige, I can just release them and then attack them in 5 years. That's my preferred method with dealing with vassals. And then bureaucracy ideas. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I wanted to fill out bureaucracy before I went to state religion. So I was going to do bureaucracy and then state religion. But I think the way the time is going to do it, like, I'm approaching 1500, which is when 1500 to like maybe 1525-ish, I want to switch to intolerant so I can start converting lands. I don't think even 30 years is going to be enough time for me to fill out bureaucracy ideas, just because admin tech is I'm so far behind on it. Yeah, I'm going to hit my Diplo cap, so I could put something in here just to avoid losing those points, but I think I'll wait. Corruption is 15.6, decreasing 0.18 a year. So I think when I started that was like 19, so I have managed to get it down 3 points so far. Missions, I'm going to take... These missions are basically... A couple of these missions are local unrest and missionary strength for the tribal lands, this one particularly. So I'm not going to take this mission until I switch to intolerant, because it's wasted if I take it without being intolerant. Because like Tambov, which is really close to my capital, is actually Orthodox. What? Ah, this province is already Orthodox. Okay. That's like the only one of these provinces that's Orthodox. I did not convert this province, so it just happened by itself. But Gornye, which is right next to Tambov, is negative 11%. So if I took that mission, it'd be negative 9%, which is still too high for me to do anything. Alright, Kremlins, I'm not going to take for a bit. Overextension. My idea with taking bureaucracy is to reduce the cost of coring. There's admin efficiency plus 10%, and then core creation costs negative 10%, so that's pretty good. And then it also gives monthly autonomy change, which is nice for Russia because they are a land-based empire, so any kind of monthly autonomy change will help. Max promoted culture is kind of worthless. Number of states is nice because it's there's a lot of territory in Russia. Year of the corruption is nice. Always are pretty much nice. State maintenance, negative 10%, it's nice. Construction time is a added bonus. Maximum centralization. My centralization is 40. I could get it up another 5. I think with the coming Sunni rebellions, when I switch to intolerant, I'll just leave it at 40. Church influence 50, religious unity 85%. So yeah, Kiev, Mishar Yurts, Moldavia, my current vassals. I'm gonna eat Mishar in Kiev and then release him, kill him. Moldavia. I think I'll leave Moldavia alone until I get like roads and ports built down here. So they can just stay, they can live, they can keep their territory, except Setatia Alba, which I think my current plan is to make that the regional capital in this region. I haven't built anything though because it's so far away. The estates. Yeah, the greater nobles hold a lot of power. You gotta revoke stuff from them. Lesser nobles, burghers, not so much. Moscow is still controlled by the greater nobles. So hopefully that flips soon. The Corporation Guild should help a little bit with that. 188,000 urban pop, 383,000 rural pop. Really all I can do is just increase the amount of population, urban population there, and just hope it flips. Because I'm not sure the ratio. I'm not sure anybody knows the ratio, actually, when provinces exactly flip. Because I have seen some provinces flip with 10,000 rural pop and 200 urban pop, so it's kind of weird. Some provinces I think are just maybe hard-coded not to try to flip, and then they have to have like 1 billion urban pop in order to flip. That's my guess. Yeah, so that's that stuff, and then autonomy. This stuff down here is controlled by the tribals, so I don't imagine that autonomy is going to go down unless it switches to anybody else but the tribals. This stuff was recently conquered, and then this stuff has very few roads going up here. So that's why the autonomy is high up there. Speaking of roads, yeah, these are the roads. I need to build one right here still, and then build one coming down here. And then I built a road in Kazan, so I'm going to have this road coming out this way. And then I'll probably try and build a road just around Moscow. And then I think I'm also going to try to start upgrading the roads to tier 2 roads in some of these regional capitals that can afford it, like Nizhny Novgorod. Moscow is a level 2 road. Let's see, religion. Okay, so Mishar yurts, I released them. They didn't exist at the beginning of the game, so I was able to flip them to Orthodox. They didn't do a very good job. They didn't do as well as I was hoping they would do in converting their lands. Granted, I did take most of their lands from them, but they weren't really converting it before, but they did convert this one province, so at least there's that. The Reformation has not happened yet, so Europe's still Catholic. Except for Hungary, who's Calixtine. Which pretty much always happens. Are Calixtines... They have to be related to Hussites, right? Something like that, maybe. The Balkans are still Orthodox, so that's good. My thinking is, so I'm going to conquer to West Germany, and then it's like coming down here, Bulgaria, and then I think I'm just going to take this region with Constantinople, even though that wasn't in the Eastern Bloc, and then probably eventually also conquer Finland, because it was part of the Russian Empire. And then down, I think to like this area right here. That'll be my Caucasus border. Culture. Not much has happened with culture, because I need to get autonomy down. Let's see. Coalition? Nobody cares about Russia. They're letting me do anything I want, pretty much. Granted, I haven't started expanding over here. That's when I'm going to get the huge aggressive expansion. Right now, they're like, yeah, Russia's... I think I'll get it at least. I don't know, maybe Russia... Nobody cares about Russia, so I can just grab anything I want. Probably not. Yeah, so the colonizing will start Diptech 20. And then I'll grab these provinces, and that'll be good because this makes my eyes hurt looking at this stuff. I always think this stuff is just like mountains, but because generally it's like it's unique that you have uncolonized land right next to you, but that's Russia. Let's see. Income. I have the 6th highest income in the world. Only the Mamluks in France have more than me in Europe. China is actually way. They're blue. I guess theoretically this is a weaker China because they have these military commissions. So I just imagine that makes them a little bit weaker. Or maybe a little bit stronger, I don't know, because they have more vassals. I'm not really that familiar with China mechanics. Not entirely sure what these military commissions do. I'm also building Where is it? I've started building a bunch of basilicas in the tribal lands to help with unrest and conversions. I'm building a ship, right? In this province. So that'll give me +5 naval force limit, so I can start building up an army, a navy. I already have 4 light ships, so I'll build up 5 more. Ooh, we're gonna get a battle. 6,000 versus 6. Nope, we're not. Okay. The Teutonic Order is being a tease. You gonna attack him? No, you're gonna go around and flank him. You're gonna fight this giant. You sure you want to do that, Teutonic Order? This guy's giant. Look at that. Oh, the giant died. Real David versus Goliath story right there. David won. Wait. Lithuania almost attacked with their giants. Every Lithuanian troop is giant. Interesting. Little known fact, Lithuanians are actually giants. Most people don't know that. The Teutonic Order actually killed them all. It's real sad story. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Can I attack them now? No? Wait, no, that's because I have no CB. I have no CB against Lithuania either. What? Alright, well, let's do that. So can I give them condottieri then? Now I have no diplomat. So I'm going to get a claim on Sweden, and that'll happen in a couple months. Actually, 1 month. So I'll get that claim, and then I'll see if I can give them condottieri. If I can give them condottieri, probably just give them 15,000 for free. They actually have 9,000 men now. They're like pretty similar though. They have 9,000 men as well. Although the Teutonic Order has worse tech, so in a fight, they also have a cannon. So my money is on Poland. They have a 1-1 general, and the Teutonic Order is a 1-2, but I don't think that would be enough to make up for the lack of cannon and less cav and tech disadvantage. Let's take claim on that province. And then see if we can rent condottieri. Let's see, Polak. Yeah, we'll continue that. They're at 91. Generally about around 100, 110, they'll stop growing urban industry, urban production. So they got a bit of ways. You cannot rent out condottieri to a nation that is at war with a nation that you have a truce with. Are they at war with somebody else? They're just at war with Poland. Yeah, it's so weird. Because it doesn't even say that I'm breaking a truce. Or do you have a truce with the Teutonic Order? No. I have an alliance with the Teutonic Order. Weird. Anyway, I'm gonna end this part here and pick it up in the next part. So that was where we've been and where we're going. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Goodbye.